Hello, this is Lyricons with the Dwarven Tavern with Roberto, right?
Hello? Roberto.
Okay. Sorry, I'm very tongue-tied today, so I apologize for any mispronunciations. We are going to talk about all of what his company has to offer, which is Eris Games. Again, tongue-tied, so I wasn't sure about the pronunciation. So do you have any games that you want to make sure the public knows about?
Okay, here at Gen Con we have brought two new games, Jolly Roger and Comics. So Ares is mostly known for very big games with a lot of miniatures inside,
Right.
Games like War of the Ring, Wings of Glory, Sails of Glory. This year, for a change, we have brought two smaller ones. One which is our first card game. It's
awesome.
a card game about pirates, the game of Piracy Mutiny, and it's a game where you both cooperate as a crew of pirates to win prizes, but you also try to cut each other's throat so that you want to become the next captain and to be the one who ends up with the most gold in his safe before the end of the game. So
That's awesome.
It's very funny. You can play with a lot of people, up to 10 players, and scales up really well up to 10 players. By game designer Frederic Meyerson, who was also the designer of Saboteur, Nuns on the Runs, and several other titles. Plays very fast, 30-40 minutes. So you can take a look at the game in action on our demo tables. The other games that we are doing this year, releasing this year at Gen Con, is Comics. I take a copy. Here it is. Comics is a storytelling game about comic books and comic book stories. In comics, up to 10 players playing either alone or in team of 2 players will try to create the best comic book page by using their cards as panels on the comic book page to create an engaging story. The game is very enticing, both from a storytelling point of view, because the cards really give a lot of suggestion, a lot of sparkle for the imagination to create stories in a wide range of different styles. Maybe action, maybe humor, maybe horror. So it's they really provide suggestion in a number of different directions. It's also very well designed from a mechanical point of view, because the way the rewarding system, the scoring system works, actually focuses on not just on creating good stories, but also rewarding players for being able to spot what's the best story was being told. So essentially you get points if your stories are voted by the other players, but you also get points if you vote for the story who gets the majority of votes for the other players. So if you are good in telling what a good story is, you can score as well as a good storyteller. So it's in that it's open to various styles of players. You know, storytelling sometimes not everybody is comfortable in creating a story on the spur of the moment. Here with this kind of mechanism really balances out between different kind of players. So these are the two new games here. We of course are bringing forward all our other product lines. So we have just recently released a new airplanes in our Wings of Glory WW1 range. So they released this in the late spring, and we are now at Gen Con for the first time. Our Sails of Glory range, our naval combat game, is also growing, and the latest releases in Sails of Glory are the HMS Victory and USS Constitution. These are special packs featuring not just the ship model, but also a deck of cards with the specific abilities of the ship's commanders. Galaxy Defenders, our science fiction cooperative game, is also growing. We just shipped to our Kickstarter bakers the two new expansions, Operation Strike Back and Extinction Protocol, and they just released it in stores, and they are here also at Gen Con, of course. and we just announced the next evolutions of the Galaxy Defenders line, which is Sword and Sorcery, which is a fantasy cooperative game, fantasy adventuring cooperative game, which uses, say, the core engine, the core mechanics are those of the Galaxy Defenders, but they've been redesigned, streamlined, and adapted to the fantasy genre. And we have here for the first time the first miniatures, the hero miniatures for Sword and Sorcery, which you may want to take a look at them.
It sounds like you have a lot of games that cover pretty much every genre, and it sounds like the creativity is flowing with RS Games. And the comics thing is right up my alley. I'm the art director of Dwarven Taverns, and I love comic books.
Okay.
I like drawing them and participating in them, so that's something that I will definitely check out personally.
Okay, that's great.
If do you have anything that you want to like leak out to the public, or you want to say your URL or a Kickstarter of some sort that you wanted to drop down?
The thing which I think definitely is worth telling about is that Sword and Sorcery will be on Kickstarter starting in September, and I really invite you to check it out, because I think if you love fantasy, if you love adventuring games, if you love cooperative games, it's really very, very good. It's challenging. The miniatures are really beautiful, so I think this should really be checked out. And the last thing is also that it's in preparation. So we have here at Gen Con, just as a demo, is our Odyssey, Wrath of Poseidon. This is the new game which will come in the last quarter of the year in our Eurogame range. It's a game by designer Leo Colovini, which is the designer of Incognito and many, many other really good titles. It's a deduction game with the up to 4 players playing as the navigators, trying to reach their home island, while Poseidon throws storms at them to try to prevent them arriving. And they must figure out where they are based on the clues that the Poseidon player gives them, so that they keep en route and they arrive at destination before the end of the game. So this is a very funny and intelligent deduction game, and will be out in November this year.
That's awesome. So your website is www.erisgames.eu, correct?
EU, exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a very important distinction to make, especially with a European company.
Yes, exactly.
So that's it for the interview.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your time, and we will put this up as soon as possible. Thank you very much.
Emily is from Sword and Sorcery.
Where's my phone? Is it okay if I take a picture?
Yeah, sure. They are here for you to
Gawk at.
drop me.
Oh, and of course the logo is upside down.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about the logo. The logo is for the other game, so if you want, I can put you a postcard with.
Yes, please. That'd be perfect.
Maybe you can do something.
Yes, that's perfect. Awesome. It's fantastic.
Okay,
Thank
thanks
you
a lot
so
for
much.
stopping by. Okay.